Welcome to Fat Guy Fantasy Football Week 9. We are back. We skipped Week 8. This guy had to take a little bit of a trip. I got lazy, and that's how that went. So, we're back. This is our picks and predictions show. We skipped over the holiday show, Halloween, but we posted in our best of, probably the best video we ever did, which had special guest Alex Isaacson. Gager was in the video. Me and Johnny rocked it, and a bunch of puppets. Kind of like a dedication to Jim Henson and Poltergeist and a lot of stuff. Anyway, let's see. My predictions: Philly versus Miami. Basically, I think that those are your Super Bowl guys. They just got two final pieces in their secondary. Their defense just stacked up. Both of these are studs, all pro guys. I think it's a lock. Those two are your Super Bowl teams. That's just a prediction I'm going to make. That was Ramsey and Bird to each of those teams. The Germany game is going to be this Sunday.
Game of the week.
Oh, that's right. Wow, it is the game of the week. All right. All right. Well, let's get right into it. Basically, I also want to mention, please check my math on the picks. My Uncle Paul caught something, and we made the correction, and it added another win for him. I'm not infallible, folks. Last week, Lippy beat me in the old school league, and Mike McGovern took his third loss in a row, like San Francisco, a top team, taking beatings. Anyway, no, I barely beat him. I beat him by 4.
Hey,
I really shouldn't even have won the way my teams have been. In the old school league, I just seem to lose valuable players within the first 3 minutes of the game and get zeros. This week, I play Allen and I play Dan. First game of the week, Thursday, 8:20 tonight, Tennessee at Pitt. I'm surprisingly going to take Pitt.
Well,
I know Levis has been hyped up for Tennessee, but I'm taking Pitt.
You know I'm not taking Pittsburgh.
I know you're not. That's one thing I have to tell you. I check all these picks every week. You guys are funny with the homers. You are always going to be going against Pitt. You're always going to take New England.
Always.
I see these guys like Cooper and Capper and Stone.
It's always the Steelers
and Hewlett. They all take the Steelers.
Self-sacrifice.
I see the Jet fans out there. I see you Eagle fans. And then I love how Doug Traney always writes, instead of the Cowboys or Dallas, he always writes Cowgirls or like just mocks every team. Anyway, Pitt.
Good division.
Sunday, breakfast game, 9:30 in the morning. Have your roster ready. Game of the week, Miami at Kansas City. Well, it's at Germany, so it doesn't matter. You know how I feel. I do not like these games. I think that none of the players play to their potential. I think it's a strain on them. I think it's just dangerous in general, in my opinion. But Johnny likes morning breakfast football, and that's all that's about.
They've been there for days already. They don't, the jet lag is over. They get into a regular routine. It's gonna be a friggin' awesome game. I've been rooting for Miami the last 6 years on Fat Guy Fantasy Football. I've been saying they're gonna win the Super Bowl, and everyone laughed at me. Well, 6 years later, here we are.
That's right. Now you're ready. You've been going for the Raiders too every once in a while. All right, Sunday, 1 o'clock. Minnesota goes to Atlanta. I'm going to take Atlanta.
Why?
Because I don't like the guy who's going to be the quarterback for Minnesota.
Well, Minnesota's got a lot of weapons. That's why I'm taking Minnesota.
Yeah, they're still bringing a guy who's just unproven in there, so I think that's going to be a nightmare.
Thielen's really coming.
There's a problem with both teams, Hey, Atlanta's using they benched the Ritter, so whatever.
Adam Thielen's probably had the best season he's ever had this year. Every week he's getting over 15 points.
He's one of those guys that could find the open spots in the field, so he's always going to be a target monster. So he's not fast.
He wasn't that last year.
Yeah, that's true.
Keenan Allen too. Now look at him.
Well, I always thought he was a stud. So Chicago goes to New Orleans. I'm taking New Orleans
at home.
It's going to
be a spanking.
Green Bay goes. If they stay home, the Rams go to Green Bay. Stafford's thumb is messed up. I don't know. He's a game time decision. I'm going to take Green Bay at home.
I'm going to take Green Bay at home, but I wouldn't worry about Stafford. He's played through much worse injuries. He's a freaking.
The thing is, though, you start these
He's a
guys
beast.
with injuries, and you're taking a super risk that they don't finish the game. So
or mess themselves even worse.
Washington goes to New England. I'm taking the hot howl.
Well, you know who I'm taking.
Going Washington.
You know who I'm taking.
That's right. My second game of the week, Seattle goes to Baltimore. I am taking Baltimore.
Yeah, at home. It's going to be a good game.
Yep. Tampa Bay goes to the Texans, taking Tampa Bay.
Yeah, me too.
H tried to trade me the Stroud, the rookie, for Jalen Hurts.
That's funny.
Yeah, he's tried to throw like 3 other players, but then you have to drop 3 players that you like. So, no, that's not happening. Arizona at Cleveland, the last 1 o'clock game. Taking Cleveland at home. The Watson, another guy, game time decision, even though he's practicing.
Yeah, I'm taking Cleveland.
But Arizona's getting their stud back. They're getting their top quarterback back, I think. He's playing this week. So that's a freaky thing. The only guy they're missing is Connor. So I'm still taking Cleveland D, and I'm taking Cleveland. 4 o'clock game. Colts go to Carolina. Taking Carolina.
Taking the Colts.
I love it. Cheeseburger game's been battling back and forth. The Giants go to Vegas. I want to tell you, take the Vegas defense. I'm taking Vegas.
I'm taking the Giants.
See who's not a homer? I just have no faith in that team at all.
This is another game of the week.
Another game of the week. Cowboys go to Philly. Oh, man, are they grumpy in Philly. Their Phillies lost terribly. The Flyers.
Philly's loss, I think, is why they're going to spank the Cowboys.
Cowboys are taking a beating. Philly for the win.
Yeah.
All right. 8 o'clock game. Buffalo at Cincinnati. Another game of the week. Buffalo for the win.
Buffalo for the win.
Monday Night Football. Chargers at the Jets. It's okay. I hid the food. Chargers at the Jets. I'm taking the Chargers.
Nah, I'm taking the Jets.
Wow, we are we are rising or falling in this list. Speaking of that, Stromboli Challenge, 27 competitors, 21 attaboys. Wow. Dwyer, you came 2 away from
the record,
tying the record, because you can't beat him. No one can ever beat him. You can only tie him. But this guy, 16 wins 1 week.
16-0.
Locked it down. Still didn't win the Stromboli. All right, what happened there? Okay.
Top 10.
Okay, so, let's see here. So let's just go right to the Stromboli Challenge, because we don't have any hometown heroes.
Dun, 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 Stromboli Challenge.
All right. Okay, so let's go to what the numbers were. Brandon Dwyer, you had 14 wins. Anthony, your good karma and your awesome visit and your generosity, that must have bumped you up to 13 wins. Chris Bonner also with 13. Good job, brother. CMA, Marcus Iamuri, Caden Kime, and Janae Babb all with 12. Cooper, The George, Larry Moore, Jay Pan, Mike McGovern, Dave Dillon, and Doug Traney, and Mike Nemchek, you have 11. Paul Nemchek, you're back in the 12 pile. I corrected your number. You had 12 wins. 10 wins for Jamie Hinchman, Ethan Babb, Ben Kime, Graham Stone, and McBain, checking his numbers, thinking he was in the top group. No, you are not, sir. All right. Johnny Wentworth, H-Bomb, Cannon Iamuri, Matt Hewlett, and Capper. You guys all got 9.
I'll take 9.
And Sean Starry, you got 7. I appreciate everyone's picks. I appreciate everyone's diligency. And now this is how it plays out in the Week 8 final so far. Brandon Dwyer, you propelled yourself back into the number 1 spot. Anthony and Dave Dillon tied it. I'm sorry, Dwyer, you had 78. Anthony and Dave Dillon, 77. CMA, Janae Babb, tied at 76. Larry Moore, 75. What does this mean? Somebody has 74. All right, whatever. Cooper, 72. Paul Nemchek, 73. Mike Nemchek, 72. Capper, 72.
Yep. The Nemcheks.
For the lunch.
Yep.
Marcus Iamiri, The George, Ethan Babb, Ben Kime, 71. Graham Stone, Doug Traney, 70. McBain, Cannon Iamiri, 69. J Pan, Mike McGovern, 68. Johnny Wentworth, Sean Starry, 66. Caden Kime is the guy who had 74. You're up in that pile. And then H-Bomb's got 62, and Jamie Hinchman, you have 57. All right, guys, that's a great job. I appreciate it. The hunt's on. It's real tight race. I like to see it. I'm not going to make it easy on you guys. I'm right there nipping at your heels. I have a little segment I want to call the Uncle Mike Mentioned. Uncle Mike mentioned that last week's favorites were 10-6, and the home teams were 9-7. This is who to watch this week, in my opinion. Rice, wide receiver, Kansas City. Douglas, wide receiver in New England. I stole him from you, bro. Drop the Bourne. He's on the IR. He's useless. Or you put him on the IR and get somebody else. That's my advice for you.
I don't need a wide receiver.
Well, you have a spot. You have a spot open, so get one. Somebody else in there. You do it.
Tell me what to do.
All right. Rice, Douglas, and Boyd. Those are the guys to look for this week. Dick punches. I got none. Do you have any dick punches?
No.
Let me ask, do you people out there have any dick punches? Can we get a dick punch from you guys out in our, the millions watching out there? Please, somebody.
Leave a dick punch on Fat Guy Fantasy Football's page on Facebook.
Facebook, my page will post the video. His page will have the video. The page will have the video.
Yeah, you know where it's at.
Come on. Eateries, our favorite places. We like tailgating. We like people who bring their food back home and watch the game at home. But if you're at the game, we want to see what you're doing. Tony's Pizza, Pompton Lakes. G&A, North Jersey. Pagel Place, love it, 24 hours. Pompton Queen, best 24-hour diner, Greek-style diner, amazing. Manzo's, Italian Deli, West Palm Beach. Island Fish Company, greatest place to watch a Sunday game. Water at your back, TV's in front of you. Best food I've ever had. Leone's Pizza, that is in Cape Coral. Capper highly recommends it. The Blue and Gray, that's in the square of Gettysburg. You want to get your wings there. You want to get your burgers there. The Monkey Wrench Smokehouse, Sidewall Pizza and Sidewall Bakery, all in Greenville, South Carolina. Do you guys have any more suggestions? What's your favorite place that you like to go to? Tell me about your hotspot. Send me a picture of your pie. One of the guys who's done this is Bab. Bab sends pictures of all the barbecue and all the cooking he's doing. They're doing big things there. Come on.
Yeah, take his food because it is Fat Guy Fantasy.
Yeah, and there's only one fat guy. He's getting bigger and he's getting smaller. So I don't know what's happened with the dynamics here. All right. Well, it's a short list for the thank yous. Uncle Mike and Uncle Paul. Mike with the segment that he helped us out with. Paul with correcting my math. And I want to give a special thank you to the Gager for the filming. Giant Thumb. There he is. Did I even say co-host Johnny Wentworth?
No,
I skipped right past that. I do that every. And co-host Johnny Wentworth.
Hello.
Oh God, that's terrible. I can't believe I never skipped that. Well, Anthony, I want to thank you with a special thank you because you came here, you kept me company while Sleepy Pants was upstairs all day, and you hung out with me, and you spent some time watching football. You brought me a couple snacks. You brought me some Coke Zeros. You took care of me. And I just want to thank you very much, brother. It was a big help, and it makes me any company from you guys out there is really welcomed, and definitely needed. That is week 9. We have games tonight. We have Sunday morning games. If you don't get your picks in on time, I don't know what else to tell you. We're wrapping it up. If you decide that you don't like where you are in the standings and you want to bail, you're just saving me 10 more minutes of math. So I appreciate it. Much love to you all. See you in week 10. Peace.
Peace.